Hi, everybody. Um, okay. So I've been thinking about a lot of stuff on YNR, and also I have a couple minutes this morning, and I'm trying to do the schedule where it fits for me, and so I don't feel like I'm just running. So I'm still gonna do the things at the same time, but I'm just not gonna be like stressed about it. So okay. YNR, I don't know. Um, and it's sad because I've gotten to the point of I don't know with both soaps that I watch, and I want them to change things, but then I get to the point where I'm like, what else can they change? Because I'm like, well, if you did better writing, if you had better writing, if you had better whatever, I can make a list. And then I go through the list and then I'm like, well, but what's left? I mean, I'm basically telling him to flip the format and just start over again. And it's not going to happen. So, whatever. And I have tried, I said earlier in my earlier videos that I refuse to hate watch anything. So, if I get to the point where I literally say I hate it, I will not watch for a while and then hope they like get better. I don't know. Because I don't want to come on here every day or whatever and be screaming about why are they doing this. And I guess this has always been a component of my personality, which is I don't like to feel dumb. Okay. And I know a lot about the history of it, and I know who's supposed to be with who and usually why they're not or whatever. I know all the twists and turns. So when they drop stories that have nothing to do with anything, and I'm going, okay, what happened to this person? Why are they not with this person? I thought this person was with this person. Okay, they're not. Okay, wow. And I feel like everything changed, but for not for the better. I don't get it. Like, okay, for example, and I guess if I really think about it, I can kind of understand why they're doing this. Although, notice the word kind of. Okay, so for the longest time, about 2 years, they have put Sharon Case through the ringer. Okay, she has had every illness, every mental everything, and then she'll be okay for like a month, maybe, and then it's back to she's got this, got that, got the other thing. And I mean, I get it. I guess it's supposed to give the character depth, but I just so now I guess they're doing some kind of storyline. A drug addiction storyline with Nick. Okay, now it might be interesting to watch only because he's been the protector. He's had the savior complex for as long as I can remember. Okay, so maybe this drug addiction is going to make him go down to his knees and think about how he does his life. You know what I mean? So that might be interesting. But otherwise, it's like it makes no sense because why would a guy that would never do a thing like that start that? And I get that addiction doesn't happen, you know, it's not a linear process, and you don't go, oh, okay, I think I'll have a problem now. I get that. But I'm just saying it's totally against character for someone like him to have a problem like this and to be involved with people he's going to have to be involved with. And they're already doing the thing that they most times do whenever someone's going to have a problem. Like quote unquote problem, there have been different characters saying, "Oh, I don't know. Do you think you have some kind of problem or like is something going on?" And he's already started the no, 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 I don't have a problem. And I'm like, yes, you do. Yes, you do. Because it's already started and it's only going to get worse. And if they would nip it in the bud, it wouldn't happen. But then again, you have to go and take away your normal logic and throw in some soap logic and go, okay, but if they did that, they wouldn't have the storyline. They couldn't have the art. So that's the reason they don't nip it in the bud. Otherwise, they would. And you have to keep in mind that we're dealing with writers here and like everybody else involved, and everything you see on a soap opera, everything is for a reason. Okay? So what I'm saying is if they wanted to nip the thing in the bud, they could. But they're not gonna. Soap 102. Okay. Another thing I'm thinking about. Summer Newman is coming back. I talked about this yesterday, but I want to add something to it. Okay. Into my lexicon of terminology for soap is legacy character. What it means is the character is a member of a prominent family on the soap opera, which means they are going to be on there until they don't want to be on there or until they get another project or something else. Meaning, odds are they're not going to be kicked off the show. Okay? But there comes the other side to it. Okay, so Summer Newman is a legacy character. However, they have to use her in the soap opera more than they probably will to make it legitimate. Because if you're a legacy character but they don't use you, what's the point? Okay, so you're whatever Newman. Look at Noah. No slack on the new guy. I like the new guy. I'm talking about the usage of the other guy, Rory Gibson, the one who plays Michael on GH now. Okay, so they harassed Noah, and you should know that term. I talked about it. So they harassed the character, made him a grown up. Fine, I've seen it a million times. Fine. They had Rory Gibson on there for like a hot minute, and then it was like, put. They could have done a lot with Noah. They didn't. So then he moved on to something else, which why wouldn't he? Okay. So then they get another character that's supposed to be Noah. And then because he looks so different from the other iteration of it, they have to explain why he looks so different. A la Todd, a la there's probably another person I can't think of right now, but like Todd on One Night to Live. Okay. Now I know I've talked about this before, so I'm gonna try to make it short, but it kind of has some baggage, so there's gonna be some detail here. Okay, so Todd Manning on One Night to Live, a wonderful defunct soap opera. We'll cry about it later. Okay, so he was played by the wonderful Roger Howard. That's how I know him, along with Dawson's Creek. But I talked about that too. Okay, so the reason this is important is because the old Todd had a scar on one side of his face, a very prominent scar. Okay, so what do? They decide to recast Todd. Problem. They pick a guy and they don't give him the scar on the face at all. So the new guy, Trevor St. John, also wonderful. I miss him too. Okay, has no scar. So they had to explain why the man with a scar for 20 years doesn't have a scar. I'm sorry. not funny. I'm not laughing about the physical part. I'm laughing about the fact that they have to justify why they can't pick somebody and put a scar on his face. So, yeah. Um, yeah, so here's hoping they actually use whoever the recast for Summer is going to be. I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. We're going to have to watch day to day to see what happens here. All right. Bye, guys.